Okay, so the whole goal here is to have a page that from an email someone can click and it's going to, register their weight for the day. And so one of the complications is what if they click an email from yesterday? Are they recording their weight for today or for yesterday? That's a good question. So I think an intuitive UI would direct them to a page that says, hey, this looks like you're entering your weight for yesterday. Did you want to, apply that to yesterday or today? Or what if they did an email from 3 days ago? They're most certainly updating the weight for the current day, not likely 3 days ago. They wouldn't use that. That token would be invalid. Maybe that would just go to an invalid token page. So all that's way more than we want to do on the first cut here. So we have to make a decision. And so my decision is going to be that I'm going to invalidate the token at midnight. But that needs to be midnight their time. So now we have the issue of having to get their time in system time according to their time zone. So I do have some code that looks at their time zone and can return, I think, their current time, but I need to write one that kind of records system time. So if I want to say, I want to know this is going to expire at midnight their time. I want the system time, the sys date normally that would be equated to, so I can set that. So that is something I need to work on, and that's called going down the rabbit hole, and that's what happens when we develop stuff. So just having this feature meant it was time to build this SaaS auth token ability. By the way, I added a use count field to that since the last time we checked in here, and I've added some code. So we started writing the get new auth token, which again supports either user ID or username. If both of those are null, that's an error. We can't do that. Then we assume one of them is a null, and we set the other value accordingly. We get a new token, we translate the Boolean into a why no, and then we do an insert into this table, and we return the new token. And then when we want to check for a valid auth token, and again, this gets into design issues. So is valid auth token, if I'm checking that, is that a use of the token? I'm going to say it's not, because we really don't want to do any DDL in here and update the use count at this point. So you can check the token, but you're going to have to call use token or something like that, and that will increase the use count. That'll be a separate step for now. So all these things are like, what can we get done today? And you always have to just keep in mind that and come back and fix it, make it better later. We just need to get something working today. So we have is valid token. Let's go look at our code on this page. So basically, these get set automatically just based on the URL. And since the token, we're going to use the expiration date as the date that applies to. So for now, if they use yesterday's email, it's going to update the data from yesterday, and we'll just derive that that's yesterday's email based on that expiration date, because it will not pass midnight. So we don't need to include a date in this request. One thing about Apex that you can't just name a field auth token. It really needs to be unique. So we always kind of use the page number. That's a little ugly in my URLs, but oh well. But those autofill, and then this has a change event, which when it's changed, it executes this code right here for now, which is just saying is the valid token, and we're just writing the debug, and this is being called and works, although it didn't seem to always be getting called, and that might be because it's caching. We may need to turn off caching for the page, although I don't think it's on. Or we might need to clear cache, which I don't want to invalidate. I don't know if that, when you clear cache, if that invalidates just everything for that page, or if that invalidates all your cookies entirely. I think it would just be that page. So we might need to pass in a clear cache to our request up here when we do that. So this will basically do the insert, and I'll have to figure out how to process the page to automatically, redirect and log in or whatever. So that's where we're at. So the next thing is I got to figure out some date stuff, which I don't like to do, but that's what we've got to do next to get this working. And hopefully we'll get close. Let's see, where are we at? That's not it. Yeah, so this is what we're working on. So we need to do the redirect. This should automatically verify email. So if you haven't verified your email and you click a link in your email, that's verification. So we want to go ahead and auto verify that email. I need to add that somewhere in there. It should auto login, yeah, and not overwrite any other auto login settings that we already have set up for auto login, which means you can come back, close the browser window, come back, and you're logged in. Verifying time zone not changed. We're not going to do that today. I doubt we're going to do this. Probably not. Should keep track of how many times the user has used one of the email links. We just want to, and again, I'm going to say not today. Not that important. This is pretty easy to add a counter later, but these are the kind of metrics we want. We want to know if users are actually using the email, or is it helpful to them. So if people aren't using it, maybe we need to rethink that, but we need some feedback and data. So what I'm going to do there is I've got the ability in ArcSQL to count things. It's really easy to add counters to your code. And I'm working on some admin SQL, like right here in the scripts. So this would just be SQL you want to run for now occasionally and look at the outputs. Eventually it could be automated. But as I think of things like, I want to check the ArcSQL log for anything that's not debug and see if there's any new things there. I don't think I have that auto emailing to myself, but I can do that. But just for now, we'll just do this. And where was I? Okay. Yeah, we got the token. The token has a lifespan, and if the token is expired, we haven't dealt with that. We'll get down to that. That'll be one of the last things we deal with. So, making progress, but still have a lot to do. Not sure it's going to get done today. All right. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll have at least one more update before the end of the day today.